have a lot of knowledge, obviously. You coach your son's team. Did you ever, after playing football, want to get into like NFL coaching or teaching, young adolescent kids
Oh man.
about kind of your story and just kind of sharing that knowledge to more on a professional level?
Yeah. To kind of bring these questions together, man, because I love what you said about how I have a different temperament than I think that the average parent. And I think that came from just my experiences and really kind of being mindful about those experiences in the terms of like, one, I just contest this whole belief system, and maybe it's just our country that they turn 18 or 21 and let them go. I'm not landing a helicopter here. I'm landing a plane. So a helicopter is 18, boom, it can go up and down like that. A plane is like, this is going to be gradual. Like, because at 18, what if they're not ready? What are you going to say? Well, that's my bloodline. I kind of get old country then, I go old school then. Like, if you got my last name, we are tied together. Now, that doesn't mean I'm taking care of you forever. It just means, okay, do you need assistance here? Maybe that's emotionally. Do you need assistance here? Maybe that it is financially. Do you need a place to stay? Whatever it is to build you to a better existence. So I've never felt that way. It's crazy because my mother really brought that out of me in terms of like, I was a mother's, mama's boy, and she was Big Bear. I was the little cub, and I look at my kids the same way. So when I come around, I'm so like open to letting these kids be who they want to be, and then trying to prop up that versus, no, you're going to be a football player. No, you're going to be smart. It's like, okay, I have an expectation that you're going to be an athlete and an academic, but we'll see where you fall into that. And I learned that, frankly, when my mother passed away, I realized, relax, because I overcame that moment and I didn't think I could. So, in the moment like that, when you see your mother and she's gone, and I literally had to see her physically, and I thought that was the toughest moment of my life, but more would follow in that next week. But I thought the sun wouldn't come up the next day. Like, I stayed up that whole night, and I remember it was like 4 in the morning, then 5 in the morning, and still dark. I'm like, all right. And then you see that light blue, I believe in levity. So that Vegas blue, we all seen it. We're like, oh God, here you go, that Vegas blue. And I was like, and I felt betrayed by the world. And I was like, oh, you're just going to keep on going. You're just going to keep on spinning. And I'm sitting here without my mom, the thing that mattered more to me than anything by far. Not even close. And I was like, oh, wow. And that woke me up, and it made me relax. Even though I was still going through pain and hell, and it's still traumatic, it's just the fact that you realize, why are you harping on all those other things? Enjoy this whole thing, how it spins, how it keeps going. Life, living, death, like just enjoy it, let people be. Because if not, you're going to still get to this place. And did you enjoy getting there? Being strict, being rigid is not going to force a kid to be. And being strict and rigid is not going to force you to get where you want to be. It's like, if you put in the work, you trust yourself, and you persevere, you'll get there. And it's just as simple as that, instead of like, different coaches. And I'm like, coach, I'm going to do the same stuff. Versus coach like, hey, this is the play. Go get it, Wiley. You're ready. You're prepared. And I'll go out there and do the same thing. So that's how I parent. I never wanted to be a coach. I don't want to be a high-level coach. Like high school on, I can't. I would literally look at these kids. Like, you imagine the day one of these ninth graders rolls his eyes at me and I made it and you haven't made it and probably won't make it, let's be real. And then you sitting there with Tude. I'm like, bruh, I'm here to help. And you don't want it? Oh, so I like this level. Because these kids buy into everything I say. Good, bad, ugly. They believe in coach. Whenever that belief is challenged, that's my level of, let me get out of this and go back to the beginning. So I can't do it at a high level, man. These kids, they just crack me up. They think they know it all because it's all on their phone, in their hand.
The opinions expressed in this program are not intended as professional medical advice, as a diagnosis, as a treatment protocol, or as a substitute for professional medical advice from your physician. Please consider your own medical history and consult with your own physician for your specific healthcare and/or medical needs and about your concerns for yourself and your family.